I'm sure that, like the programs that I am a part of, like Guitars for Veterans, that donates guitars to veterans who are struggling with PTSD. That's a great avenue,
It's
but
awesome.
nobody's talking about it. Nobody's, publicly talking about like, hey, I had emotional fucking issues, emotional trauma from being overseas for as much as I did.
Right.
And you have to look at it as like the last year of your life, Shane. Like you look at like the pandemic, that is going to be something you carry around with you for the rest of your life. Like you're
Absolutely.
always going to remember it. And it's even though you didn't get, the coronavirus, or somebody didn't get the coronavirus, most of us know somebody who did. But
Yeah.
the simple fact is, just because I didn't get it doesn't mean I didn't live through it. And that's what I started kind of like comparing that to. It's like, well, just because I didn't fucking go overseas and shoot people in the face and kill everybody left and right that I could, doesn't mean that I didn't live the war. I
Yeah.
was there,
Yeah.
and I was in a foreign country, and and in a time of war, and it was fucking traumatizing at times.
It sounds like you're giving a take on it. Like you said, I can't remember what percentage you said, but it was low of people that actually, are in combat and actually, like you're saying, just, shoot them up and the shit that they make movies about, right? So people are, the sniper. That's the first one that comes to mind. Chris Kyle, right? Something
Yeah.
like that. That's this, that's a or Marcus Luttrell, another one. But the majority of men and women who are going over there are doing a lot of the things that you probably experience, the daily grind of being away from home, of being disconnected, separated, a foreign country. There's so much shit psychologically that does to you, I would imagine. I mean, I can't even imagine. I've never been in that situation myself. But it's got to be uncomfortable as shit. There's lots of things that you deal with. And I think that's great, bro, that you were able to write about that for 10 years, capture those experiences, and then dude, that's going to relate to so many people who don't relate to the big blockbuster movie story. And not to minimize that anyway, they're great stories and unbelievable shit too, but that's the average day-to-day stuff that people don't see. You know what I mean? You're really giving a window into that.
Right. And I think just talking about that, getting more people comfortable talking about that, I think just letting people know, hey man, you have a voice. Like why shouldn't you share that voice? And I think even whenever I do public speaking and everything else about my time overseas and whatnot, it's I I walk up there, and I've walked up in rooms that are full of like Vietnam vets, World War II vets, and Desert Storm. And I'm sitting there giving my speech about like, well, this is this is what I did, take it or leave it. The guys afterwards come up to me and they're like, dude, I'm so glad you shared that. Like we need more of that. That's what they're saying.
That's
And to me, I'm like, yeah, like, okay, I get it now. Like this makes sense. Is like,
yeah,
we've got a generation of guys who, when the war started, 2001, I was a sophomore in high school, and it took 12 years or so, whatever it was, before I was like, oh shit, I remember watching this on the news when I was a kid.
yeah,
Now I'm here fighting the same fucking war. And I
yeah.
did the math the other day, and we've been in Afghanistan for 19 years and like 4 months and like so many days. And we've, as a society, I forgot that it's going on. And we still
Endless
have
war.
2,500 soldiers, you know, 2,500 soldiers that are over there
Mhm.
that, and Leslie, my girlfriend, her brother recently just got back from overseas, and, you know, and just sitting there thinking like, these are people that are going through a whole bunch of shit, and they don't know how to share it. They don't know where to find where's the safe place.
Yeah.
And in a kind of in a generation where like safe place is looked at as bad, um, it's I think we need to reiterate that it's okay.